I am going to attempt to make some signatures. And in doing that, I came across this bookbinding guide from We Are Memory Keepers. So it comes with this little book here, or this little pocket. And inside it, it comes with a tutorial or a direction type of thing. And I did see one crafter open this up, and she said that that did not help her at all. And I don't want to say that it's not going to help, because it might, but because I am not reading any instructions, I'm just going to go for it. I am not sure I am going to use this portion, but it does come off so your paper can slide in there. Yeah, I guess maybe I will. So these little knobs just slide off. And I am going to just cut my paper real quick. I am going to make 3 signatures, I think, and work my way up. So I just have pieces of cardstock, and what I'm going to do is cut this paper down. But look at, here we are. So this is actually working out for me. What I want to do is, I believe I want to bend it. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3. And I don't have a bone folder on me. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of bend it here and use this as a bone folder. So this is 1, 2, 3 pages folded in half, which is going to give me 6 pages in here. So we have 3 signatures here. Okay, I'm going to put this to the side. I need to sew these down the middle, and so that is these will be my signatures. I will have 3 signatures. I watched a YouTube video, but I don't know how much it made sense to me. Now, mind you, I could be totally wrong. I've never seen, I didn't get far. The only, as far as I got on watching YouTube videos was watching her unpack it. So it seems to me that this made sense. Again, I'm not reading directions, but I want to sew these together. So I want to put my holes down, and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3 and pierce, and it came out perfect. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I will pierce closer to the top. So basically, I'm starting from the bottom, and there's some circles that have holes, have a black hole around it, and some don't. And what I did was I started with 1, 2, and 3, and then that's where I pierced. I am just going to line that in and push it up to the top. I'm going to put back my guide here. And again, I have my paper all the way up. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, which is the black, which I hope I'm doing this right. Let me double check. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that sounds right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And that is a, there's a black circle on that. So that's where I'm piercing. 1, 2, 3, piercing. 1, 2, 3, piercing, and then 1, 2. I think I went all the way up to the top. I now have 3 signatures, and what I'm going to do is sew them together. I should probably do my cover right now, and I think I'm going to. So, really like this paper. It is from Obed Marshall, his new collection, Buenos Dias. Not sure how this is going to work, but this is my first time attempting this. And the part about creating is having fun and learning and seeing if this type of craft interests you, you know? So already I am learning that I probably should have made this cover a little bit more bigger. And I probably could do that by adding a strip of, cutting this and then adding another strip here. But I'm gonna play it by ear and just keep it moving. So here's 1 signature. Here's 2 signatures, and here's 3 signatures. Now I can see that my books are a little bit bigger, and to remedy this, I can cut down my signatures. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add ribbon here, or an extra piece of paper is what I'm going to add. So first things first is we are going to glue this together. So I'm going to go back and score over my spine. There we go. So I now have my cover. I am going to attach, I'm going to sew these on to, let's say this, and then I will adhesive it on. So let's cut this. Probably should just use white because that sounds kind of pretty, doesn't it? We need this to be not as long. So let's just say 3. Okay, so this is eventually going to get adhesive to here. So I'm going to sew my signatures together and then add them in here and put adhesive to enclose my book. All right. So really, I'm not measuring here. I'm just going with the flow. And I think you as a crafter need to do what's best for you. So if you love to measure and you want everything precise, you should do that. For people like me who eyeball things and that works out, do that. So far, I am enjoying this process. I hope that you are not too bored watching me. I don't really sew much. And this is waxy, so it's kind of weird. But I recall that in watching some of the videos, she started in the middle and then just worked her way. And I wanted to say this was one of the most important parts she wanted to make. And I can't even recall what the lady's name was. I am so sorry. If I remember, I'm going to go back and show you guys. So basically, I am just trying my hardest to stitch the inside of this little book. Okay, so I'm definitely trying to make sure, oops, that it looks good here. And I feel like it does. And I'm just kind of reinforcing, which I don't believe I need to go this much back, but I'm trying to get to the middle of my thing here, my signature. And what I want to do is I want to tie it. I now have a, oh, let me cut this too, signature that I have stitched by hand. I'm attempting not to speed the process up, but that is my first signature that I've ever made. I am so happy. And again, I have not watched many videos, but I did watch a few, so I am hoping that I am helping you with just the basics of starting a journal. So now that this is my second one, my second signature, I do know that I wasted a lot of thread. So I pretty much threaded a little bit too much and lost some thread there. So I know I don't want to lose too much. Let's go on, shall we? I have my stitching on the outside. Let me take a look and see. Yes, you can see that. And I'm just going to tie it here. And I now have another signature. Now I'm sure that these probably want to be cut down. So I now have two signatures. Okay, I am on my last signature. Okay, so I have everything nice and tight, and I'm just going to, do I have everything nice and tight? I want to come back that same hole, but I want to tie it in the middle, so I'm just going to make another hole there. Because I think the goal is to come back out the same hole. And I don't want my stitching to come apart. So I'm double knotting it. I still need to stitch. What I need to do is now, once I have all of my signatures, and here they are, don't they look so beautiful? I'm impressed with myself, okay? They're not perfect, a little off on the centering, but this is my first time, and this is made with love, and that's what's most important to me. So I need to sew these into my cover, right? And what I need to do is sew them on this piece of paper. So I think what I want to do is come back here to my bookbinding tool. I seem to have lost it. There it is. Okay, so I'm at my bookbinding tool, and I counted 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I believe is what I did. Okay, so now I am going to move this down because we want to sew these books into this binding. 1, 2, 3, here I go. Do I, how many? Oh, you know what? I didn't do as many as I wanted, but that is okay because I'm just gonna mimic what I got going on here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know if I'm doing this right, but it appears that I am. So even if you too don't measure, you can make this happen. You guys, I'm loving this tool already. I cannot believe that your girl here, Jossie Posie, has prepared her holes here and they're even. That blows my mind. I'm just going to cut off a little bit of paper here so that it looks kind of even. And you know I don't sew, but that looks a little better, doesn't it? There we go. All right. Let's see if I can complete this mission of mine. So, I never got into the whole, I watched a few videos, but didn't watch a lot apparently. But what I need to do is I need to sew these into these holes, okay? And to wing it. So I need some thread and your prayers. Sounds funny, right? And I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm definitely gonna try. I am going to line it up here. Come on out. My second hole, if I did this right, it's just gonna go right into that previous hole. I recall somebody saying they clipped it down while they were doing this to not lose focus. Okay, so of course nothing else wants to go through this hole. And I may not have lined it up properly, but we're gonna find out. That helped me or hurt me? Where does this piece come from? Okay, so we are now moving along. I'm making sure this is tight. And I think I'm going to come back just to make sure I secure that. Which I did. And I am just gonna keep on sewing, and look at that. I am so happy. I hope this works out for me, ladies and gentlemen. Because you want your binding to look pretty, right? And I think that will work. So what I'm going to do is loop this and call it a day there. I've got one down. Now I don't know if I made my holes oh, jeez. I don't know if I've made my holes and I don't know if people leave these long or short. Not sure how they do it, but this is the way it's working out for me. All right, so we have one signature adhered to this binding strip, is what I'm going to call it. I am so happy. I did not know how this was going to turn out. My second signature on here. I think it adds character, a little bit of the string. So if you see here, I am just sewing on these signatures to this white binding, is what I'm calling it. This white binding piece of paper that later I'm going to adhere to the inside of my cover. So let me stop the video here and do this last one. I have all three of my signatures, 1, 2, and 3, sewn into my binding here. And what I want to do with these signatures is I want to put them in my book, right? I need to trim this down here. I need to trim it down a little bit, and I'm just going to take scissors and eyeball it. And then I want to determine, oh, another thing I was going to say. These look okay for my first try, so I'm excited about that. I want to add adhesive tape because I am not getting really fancy here. There's many ways that I have seen people bind this to books, and this is what I'm doing, and it may not look pretty to you right now, and so I want to play around with what I'm doing right now. I probably should have done this at the beginning, made it more of, you know, something like this and made it longer, but because this is my first time, be gentle with me. So now I believe my signatures can fit in there. And what I will do is, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm ready. Let's do it. This is my first attempt. And if it's a little wonky, you know what? That's okay. I'm fine with that. What's important here is that I said I was going to give this a try, and I am trying it, and I'm using the tool that I bought, and that's what's really important here. All right. This part is a little scary, I'm not going to lie. What I need to make happen is I need this to sit flush. I guess with practice, I will get better at this. But my books fit in here. And yeah, I am going to either add lace here. I'll have to add some more here. Maybe I will even add a ribbon to kind of keep them in there. But I have successfully added my signatures into this notebook. So I'm going to put you on pause, and then I'm going to add the lace while you're here. And this is just ribbon that I have purchased over the years, and so I really like this. And I'm just going to eyeball it here. And I'm going to place them here on the edge of this book. Hopefully I'm in frame. Okay, so I have 2 strips of adhesive foam, and I want my adhesive to just fall right on there. And I'm gonna have to cut this here. And I now have my little edge, which doesn't look too bad, right? Okay, let's do the same for the back. Now that is stitched. Yeah, I think I'll leave it like that. So this is going to hold my front cover. I might put like a star there or something. And now I'm going to sew my back cover. Hopefully I have enough thread. Okay, so I now have the back ribbon on. My book is now complete. Can you believe I did this, people? Your girl made a little tiny book full of signatures. And if you wanted to, I don't see any problem with cutting some of the pages down once you insert them, but this is a guide for beginners, like real beginners. And I am just going to tie this little baby up, and I'm gonna insert my pictures of my sweet baby girl. She just had a birthday, and I can give this to her. Not bad for my first attempt at binding a book. If you made it this far, thank you so much. I truly love you for it. Again, this was the tool that I used. It is from We Are Memory Keepers, and it comes with everything you need to make an album, make your own little book. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.